Hey Goobers, we're back with another video. This time we're not doing duels. We're actually going to be playing a normal map, Community World, because I actually have something to yap about. So this is going to be more of a chill video, I guess. Not that my other videos are particularly exciting anyway. But yeah, basically, today I had my first driving lesson ever. Woohoo, big milestone, I guess. Don't know, is it really a milestone? I guess. I don't know. Everyone does it right. Well, most people do it. Everyone that is something does it. But yeah, it's a very exciting day. My driving instructor, what a character. Very interesting bloke. I'll get to that later. So, what happened? Oh wait, what the hell is this? Why is it look... Whatever, easy Panama anyway. So basically, he picked me up and was like, oh, we're going to be doing a 2-hour lesson, you know, off driving about, you're going to learn the ropes. That's basically what happened. And then he drove me off somewhere quiet, little village, pulled me over, and I was having a great time. I was listening to him yap on about like, oh, when I was your age, right? I was doing this as my A levels. I did well in maths and all that. My dad's a driving instructor, so that's why I do driving instructing. Yep. And then I was just, okay. I would like to also learn. I'm paying for this. Please. I'd like to learn how to drive a vehicle. But then he got on with it. And he got his big handbook. And then he took a call. And I was like, oh great, okay, fine. Guess I'm paying for him to talk on the phone. And I just have to sit there like a flippin' muppet. Ooh, Liechtenstein. Just sitting there like a muppet, not really learning things. But whatever, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Fine. Okay, fine. Sure. Throw my money in the pile. I didn't need it anyway. But okay, eventually he gets out his big handbook full of driving things, and apparently loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and a lot of acronyms. Like a terrible amount of acronyms actually. And they're all like so useless. It's like check your mirrors, M, then your seat, S, and then seat belt. That's another S. And then mirrors again, M. I'm like, that's such an amazing acronym. MISM. Yeah, definitely gonna remember that. Anyway, half of it's like common sense. That's the main takeaway of today about driving. That's an awful guess. The main takeaway, just driving is exactly what you think it is. You try not to hit people. You operate your vehicle, and you just try not to, yeah, kill people. I guess that's the main thing. Oh yeah, and also the car we were doing the thing in was a Ford Fiesta, so you know, all reliable, classic diesel car. And he explained to me like, oh, it's diesel, so it's easier to use because something goes by itself. I don't know. I don't understand how cars work. Fucking Croatia. I hate Croatia. Um, then what? Oh yeah, he was like, okay, I think you should try out how to start the car and get going. So I did, oh, okay. Shaking, wobbled my hands over on the wheel, onto the handbrake, foot on the clutch, push the clutch down, handbrake, boom, gear, into first, and it just kind of jutted forward, because I lifted my foot off the clutch too quickly. And it was like, whoa, steady on, pal. Let's try that one again. So he reverses up a little bit. And I do it again, and then it's slightly more successful, except for the part that I kind of just veer into the road, and I'm like, oh no. But whatever, I stop. He goes back and is like, okay, that was much better. Now, third time. Wait, hold on. Pause the story. See, like Joy was like this road, but I'm pretty sure it's this road, right? Yes, I'm so good at this game. Anyway, uh, he's like, that's pretty good. Try it again. Run it back. Goes back. I do it absolutely flawlessly. Like I don't even no trouble. You think I'm a years experienced driver, but no, no, I'm just the goat. So I'll do that maybe like 2 or 3 more times. Really get the hang of it. And then he's like, okay, if you want to, you can try and drive a little bit around if you want. I'm like, oh my god, actually on the roads, like properly, like on the lane with other traffic around. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna perish, is basically what I'm thinking. But I do it anyway, and I start properly, get on the right side of the road, go at a normal speed, and then, would you fucking believe it? Two massive fuck off bin lorries appear out of nowhere, taking up 90% of the road. And I'm just like, what? How? This is not what I wanted. My first 3 minutes of driving is two lorries on this tiny little country road, blocking up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I was not prepared for all that. And then to make it even better, there were loads of like delivery vans as well. And delivery vans, right? They just don't care. Like, oh, a learner, I should slow down. Nope, not at all. In fact, I'm gonna speed up and I'm gonna go right next to him as I overtake as well. Just to, spook him. Lovely, lovely. But basically, after all that pizzam ordeal, I'm creeping along, slowly across the road, tootering along, put, in first gear. And then he's like, okay, put your foot down on the clutch. I'm gonna change gear. I'm gonna go into second. Exciting. So he does that. I'm now going a little bit faster. Actually, I'm going normal speed now because it's like, what, 20 miles an hour speed limit or 30, something like that. So I'm going around then, taking turns, feeling like I'm in a driving game, GTA, Forza, all that. Except the thing is, I'm not very good at the turning thing. Like either I can't fully judge how much to turn the wheel to properly, there we go, city, to properly like turn. I either do it too much. Actually, I didn't do it too much. I usually just did it not nearly enough because I would have thought that the steering wheel is pretty powerful, right? Or at least pretty sensitive. If I turn it 90 degrees, it's gonna go. I'm gonna be going 90 degrees. No, it's not how it works. Obviously, I've seen steering wheels before. You have to turn them loads and loads if you want to go sideways. But great fun that was. At one point, right, I even came up to a junction, ready to turn, did all the indicating, tick, tick, tick. I stalled the car. Yeah, I stalled the car. Once. Only once, though, the entire time, which I think is honestly pretty good. One stalling across 2 hours, that's an achievement. I don't think many people can do that. Fuck's sake. Oh my god. Anyway, so at the same time as I was doing all this, tutoring along, trying not to kill myself and him, he starts yappering away about nothing, nonsense. He tells me about, like, his wife and how his home's got no heating. And they was like, oh, it was really chilly last night. I've got no heating at home. My boiler's not working. Yeah, very annoying. I'm like, yeah, okay. Thanks. I understand you're trying to, like, distract me so I don't get so nervous. But I kind of want to be nervous. because I'm trying not to crash. Even though if I did crash at like 20, what am I gonna destroy? Like a slight dent in the bumper. Wow, life altering. But yeah, he's yappering on, distracting me slightly, sort of, to limited effect. I was not listening to half of it. I think he has a dog and a cat and maybe a child. I don't know. Oh, he did tell me about his sister's wedding that he went to. That was exciting. He's like, "Oh, went to my sister's wedding. Usually I don't drink, but that time, you know, I had a beer and a half. You know, really celebrating the occasion." I'm like, well, good on you that you're not a drinker. As a millennial, good job on not being down the booze 24/7. But I don't really care. Sorry. It's not really any of my business to care at all what you're saying. But, okay, whatever. Later on, I'm going down the road again, and then if you live in the UK, right, or at least down south, you know about pheasants. You know how stupid they are. They just run in the road. They're worse than deer, honestly. They're worse than deer. They run in the middle of the road. They don't get out the way. They just run straight forward in front of your car. They don't care about how fast you're going. They don't care about what thing you're driving. No. They just think, oh, I'm going to walk in front of this massive vehicle and I'm going to promptly get destroyed. However, like the goat I am, amazing reaction speeds, I stop and I don't kill it. And then it flies off and I'm like, stupid fucking bird. I keep going. And then there's a family on the side of the road. Mr. Instructor Man tells me to run him over. That was interesting. I almost did it, to be fair. I thought about it. I thought, it would be really funny. Above all, it would be really, really funny if I actually did just go towards the kid. Not even like to properly run him over, but just like drag the car towards him. That would be a terrible thing to do, but it'd be funny. Come on. I think so. You don't have to agree. I don't care. But by the end of it, 2 hours have gone by, sort of magically. Didn't even feel like I'd been in the car for like 10 minutes. But I was back to where I started. He took me on a nice little loop. And then he just starts glazing me. Monumental glazing occurs. He's like, you're actually, for a first timer, you're not bad at all, compared to most of my other students. He says students like he's a flippin' sensei master, teaching his practices onto the next generation. No, you're a driving instructor. You get paid handsomely, to be fair. £40 an hour. I think that's pretty expensive, to be fair. But it's also standard, at least down where I am, because there's so many people and backlogs and all that. But yeah, 40 an hour. Chunk of that, sure, going to insurance and whatnot, but still, £40 an hour. Not bad. Gave him £80, that means. Christ. Out of my account, my hard-earned cash, gone. All 80. I'm gonna be bankrupt soon. But either way, he starts just absolutely going on after me. He's like, you only stalled once, that's good. Most people, stall a couple times or make the same mistake a couple times, but not you. Not you, my boy. You're clever, you're smart. You know how cars work. You have common sense. You know how to look in a mirror and not swerve into a ditch. Good job, you. So that was a good thing, I guess. And then the interesting bit, sheep, the interesting bit was on the way back. He drove me back home because I was tired and hungry, very tired. So the first thing I did when I got home was crack open like a Diet Coke, made myself a sandwich, and just hopped in bed, honestly. It was like 12 o'clock, so fair enough for the lunch. I would probably be hungry anyway, but sleeping for an extra like 2 hours. Come on, lazy git. Anyway, yeah, on the way back, he starts yappering on even more. Didn't even think it was possible. Starts telling me about. Well, he starts like, well, he just brings up conversation, right? He's like, oh, what do you do? It's like hobbies, and I'm just like, I can't tell him I play Geoguessr. It's a bit embarrassing. He'll probably ask things, and I'll be like, well, it's a geography game. That's stupid. I don't want to do that. He probably doesn't even care. He's just making conversation to make it less awkward. So I just say, oh, well, I do art a little bit. I do, we used to do badminton. He's like, oh, I used to do badminton too. And I was like, oh, really? You know, it's not every day you meet someone who does badminton, or used to at least. He gave it off, to be fair. He gives off like weird kid who did badminton, like me. He also goes, he's like, oh, usually, like, oh, do you play like any games? I'm like, fuck, I can't tell him I play Geoguessr. I really can't. So I say, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, what kind of games do you play? I'm like, Grand Strategy, and I just didn't finish that because I was like, I was about to say Geoguessr. I didn't want to say Geoguessr after that. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a gamer myself, I am. Well, that's not what I said, but okay. I play. Oh, I played Total War. I play lots of other games. Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, whatnot, you know, that sort of thing. And I don't really know what to say. He kind of kills the conversation. But I'm just like, oh, that's nice, I guess. Do you have like a PC or anything? He's like, oh yeah, I do have a PC. And also since I'm an adult, I also have a PlayStation, PS5, that is, an Xbox. Wait, what else does he have? I think that's it, actually. I think he's only got those three things. But still, I'm like, you're a grown man. I understand you're a millennial. I understand you do driving lessons. It's not that time consuming. But that's a bit far, surely. He's like 30 years old as well. 30, what, 36, I think he said. Anyway, then he starts going on about. What does he go on about? Actually, I've forgotten. He goes on about his wife. He's like, oh, my wife, she's lovely, she is. Uh, she's very, she's very antique with her things. She's got a typewriter, like a proper typewriter. I couldn't believe it. I thought those things were extinct. And she actually uses it as well, apparently. Incredible. And she's also got like a typewriter thing, but for like, as a keyboard, for like an iPad or something, which did not know that was possible. Actually, it makes me want to get something like that, to be fair. Wouldn't that be sick? Pulling up, click, click, clack, clack, typing away. Someone looks over, what on earth? And I'm just there. Typewriter, keyboard, iPad screen, somehow working like that. Wouldn't that be sick? I think that'd be sick. And he also goes on about his record player. I'm just like, yeah, that's millennial core, back in fashion, you know. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. Next time, I think I'm gonna ask him what he listens to, because that's a good question, actually. I'd like to know. I imagine it'd be like Coldplay would probably be the kind of thing he listens to. That's the kind of vibe he gives off. Coldplay listener. Chronic Coldplay listener. Which there's nothing wrong with that. But, could do a bit better than Coldplay, surely. No offense, my Coldplayers. Love you lot. Um, what else happened? Can't really remember now. Where's this? Why is there like German and French? Is it Luxembourg? Surely, right? Uh, yeah. 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 Surely this is Luxembourg. Right? Doesn't look much like Lux. It can't be. It's because of whatever. I don't care. Oh fuck! It did say open. That's that region. Is whatever. Who cares? Story time again. Still. There's not much to add to be fair. Uh, got me back home safely, soundly. It glazes me once again. This time in front of my mother, and she's like, "Oh, that's good. He's a driver then, is he?" I'm like, "Yay. Okay. Guess I can drive adequately." Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it to the story, to be fair. I've not got anything else to add. Um, see you, catch you in the next one.